Earlier this night, Carolyn Stoddard woke from a strange and disturbing dream in which she saw an empty coffin in her father's grave. She related this dream to a young man named Jeb Hawks, and he became even more disturbed by it than she. He went to the grave with a companion and discovered the coffin was not empty. Instead, to his horror, he saw the corpse of Paul Stoddard staring up at him with a vengeful smile.
It was almost as though Paul Stoddard had remained buried alive all this time, just waiting for Jeb to come and open his coffin. I can understand why Jeb was so terrified.
So can I. But I hope Jeb had presence of mind enough to put the coffin back in the grave and cover it. Did he?
Jeb said we had to burn it.
And so you burned it? And Jeb thinks that has solved the problem.
Yes. You don't think so?
No, my dear, I do not.
That seems to amuse you.
Well, let us say that it pleases me.
Why?
Because burning a corpse merely disposes of a body. The spirit of that body cannot be burned. Somewhere, in the darkness of this night, the spirit of Paul Stoddard is waiting. Given the opportunity, he will haunt Jeb Hawks to his own grave.
But you won't let him do that.
Who or what is to stop me?
If you let anything happen to Jeb, I swear I'll kill you.
Take your hands off. And don't you ever threaten me again. Do you understand?
Sometimes I wonder whose side you're on.
Well, you may stop wondering. I said what I did about Jeb because he is immature and reckless. Haunted by the ghost of Paul Stoddard, he has no one but himself to blame. Perhaps he might even learn something from the experience.
But you won't let any harm come to him.
You certainly seem concerned about him, aren't you?
He's my responsibility.
Yes, but is it your sense of responsibility that drives you?
Or something else?
I don't know what you mean.
I believe you're in love with him.
That's not true.
Well, I hope it isn't, Megan. Because all that really matters is our cause. You as an individual are expendable. I know. That's why I'm here. You see, I have a great deal at stake. I know what it is to make mistakes. I have my own superiors. And for a long time, I was out of favor with them. But now I've been granted a second chance. I don't have the powers I once had. But I have enough. And I cannot afford to fail a second time.
What would happen to you if you did?
I prefer not to think about that. And I don't want you thinking about it either. Now, you will remain devoted to Jeb, but from now on, your orders will come from me. And only me. Is that clear?
Yes. Quite clear.
Well, now, you mustn't worry, Megan. I won't let any harm come to him. He is the one individual who is indispensable to us.
I wasn't expecting to hear from you, but I'm delighted, of course. Yes, by all means, as soon as possible. Tonight is fine. No, there's no problem. I look forward to it. See you then.
Good news or bad?
It couldn't be better.
I'm always astonished at how well things go for you, Sky. You never get bad news. Business deals never fall through. What is your secret, anyway?
I guess I'm just lucky.
No, I know what it is. You're irresistible. Nobody can say no to you.
Oh.
Who was that on the phone just now?
That was a very important man. You'll meet him in about 2 hours. And I want you to be here most beautiful.
Sky, I'll put in an appearance. Please don't expect me to sit down here and discuss business with you all evening.
This is much more important than business, darling. This man is important to our future. Now listen, go on upstairs and get yourself ready.
Someone there?
I've been looking forward to seeing you again. We have a great deal to talk about.
I'll have nothing to do with you. You are a traitor. Jeb is going to make you pay for your betrayal. Oh, and I would like to be there when he does.
He has already exacted his punishment. He hasn't told you? Then I shall have to tell you myself.
No, I don't want to stay here with you.
I'm afraid you have no choice.
Let go of me.
Don't be afraid, Megan.
Let go of me or I'll wake up the whole house.
Look at me.
No, I won't.
Look into my eyes.
You're not the way you used to be. You're like a different person. What are you going to do to me?
You still want to go inside the house?
I want to stay here with you.
And what about Jeb? How do you feel about him?
I have no need for Jeb anymore. Only for you.
You are willing to help me?
Yes.
Now, there must be a way of destroying Jeb, and I want you to tell me who it is and what it is.
What you want to know is written somewhere in the book. And only David Collins can read the book.
Yes.
He's loyal to Jeb.
I know that. I'll talk to David later. Now, there's something else I want to find out about. Jeb couldn't have found out about me unless someone betrayed me. I know it wasn't Philip. Who was it?
Someone I've never met.
Who?
A man who's been one of them for a long time. A man named Schuyler Brunson.
Now things are beginning to make a little sense. You are to go in the house and tell no one that you saw me. Do you understand?
I want to stay here with you.
We will see a great deal of each other, but I have things that are very important to do. Now go.
Maybe you better tell me about this man who's coming to see you.
Why?
Because I've never seen you so nervous. It's really not like you. You're usually so calm about business matters.
I can't stress how important this man is. In a way, he is directly responsible for all the success I've had.
Oh, I can't believe that. Why, everyone knows you're a self-made man.
You'll see what I mean when you meet him.
All right. All right. For the time being, I'll just take your word for it. I'll be waiting upstairs. You call me when he comes.
Now, why don't you wait down here with me?
I'll let the two of you talk for a while, and then I'll make an entrance.
Angelique.
Barnabas. Barnabas, what are you doing here? You promised me you'd never come back.
I had to see you again.
Don't you know how dangerous it is for me? If my husband were to catch you here, I'd be ruined.
In my present state, I should be able to get out without being seen.
Why, what are you talking about?
You, of all people, should see what's happened to me.
How did it happen? Why?
It happened the same way as it did a long time ago. Why is the reason I'm here.
I don't understand.
Jeb found out about me. From your husband.
From my husband? Oh, Barnabas, that's absurd.
He is one of them. He is a Leviathan and has been for years.
Angelique!
You've got to get out of here. I'm right here, darling.
Darling, in the excitement, I almost completely forgot the gift I had for you.
Gift?
You remember that art gallery in Boston?
Yes, yes, of course.
You were in love with this at the time.
Oh.
What's the matter? Has it lost its charm?
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's very beautiful.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine, darling. Oh, it's just that something about your thoughtfulness always touches me so deeply.
Ah, our guest has arrived. Come down as soon as you can, will you?
You really are in love with him, aren't you?
It was 4 months ago that we first stood at the window in front of that gallery. It took him all that time to get back to Boston, and he still remembered to get this for me because I casually mentioned liking it. You expect me to believe that this is not a good man?
Angelique, please, for your own good, you must investigate what I've told you.
I don't think there's any reason to investigate. The subject is closed. And I think you'd better leave now, Barnabas.
This reorganization you've spoken of, will it mean that I'll be operating more in the open?
No, not necessarily more in the open. The fewer people who know you're one of us, the better. But in certain matters, I will be relying more heavily on your advice and your judgment.
In that case, this may be the time to ask you something else.
What?
This is the one part of my life I've been unable to share with my wife. I'd like to be able to.
You want her to become one of us?
Yes, as soon as possible.
Well, now, you are aware that not everyone is susceptible.
Yes, but my feeling is that she will be.
Well, I'll let you know after I see her. I can sometimes tell simply by looking at a person.
Sorry to take so long, darling.
Darling, this is my good friend Nicholas Blair. Nicholas, my wife Angelique.
How do you do, Mr. Blair?
The pleasure has to be mine, Mrs. Robson. I'm not easily taken by surprise.
Surprise?
Yes, I only mean that she is far more beautiful than you'd led me to believe. Wherever did you find her?
In one of my own magazines. Angelique was a model.
Model? Was she? And you took her away from her chosen profession? That was your chosen profession, wasn't it?
I'll leave you two to get acquainted. I'll be back in a few minutes.
At the risk of sounding banal, it's a small world, isn't it?
It's too small for both of us, Nicholas.
I imagined that you were completely convinced you'd never see me again.
Yes, I was.
I really don't think that I have ever seen such a look of shock on your face. Now, is it because your husband and I are such good friends? Or merely the sight of me?
It's both. How long have you and my husband been friends?
Oh, for a long, long time. You seem to be at a loss for words. How uncharacteristic.
Oh, I had begun to believe that through Sky, I could escape my past.
No one ever does, my dear. You know that.
Perhaps I could have. If only he hadn't deceived me.
Oh, well, of course, he's known all about you from the beginning. I mean, what you are.
No, I was so determined to leave my past life. I saw no reason to tell him. What are you laughing at?
You! How typically female. You overlook your own deception, but you're furious about his.
I want a few moments alone with him, if you don't mind.
Not at all, my dear. Your wife said something that amused me.
Oh, I'm glad to see you two are getting on so well.
Sky, I wonder if it would be all right if I make one important call.
Of course. There's a phone right here in the study.
Sky, the secret I told you concerning Barnabas Collins and the people he was involved with. Did you repeat that to anyone?
No. No, I didn't.
You're lying. You told Jeb Hawkes about it, didn't you?
I don't even know Jeb Hawkes.
Never mind. It's frightening enough to know that you know Nicholas Blair. The man who is responsible for all your success. Just how much do you owe him for that, Sky?
Angelique, I don't know what suddenly happened to you.
I've seen the light, that's all. I was told the truth earlier this evening, and I refused to believe it. But now that I've seen you with Nicholas Blair, I have no other choice but to believe it. All that remains is for you to admit it. You're the one who preached to me about keeping secrets. And ever since we've been married, you have kept the darkest secret of all. You're one of them, aren't you? You're one of the Leviathans, aren't you? Aren't you, Sky?
Yes! Yes, I am, and you can be too, Angelique. I wanted you to be all along.
Don't say any more. Just don't say any more.
Don't bother to tell me. I heard every word.
I don't understand what's happened. Does she know you from somewhere?
Yes. She does, but there is no time to tell you now where it was or when. We are faced with an emergency.
You mean she must become one of us immediately?
I mean that she can never become one of us. It is impossible. And because of the way she now feels about you, she can only be our enemy, our very dangerous enemy.
What are you saying?
You have a decision to make, Sky. Angelique or us.
No, sir, I don't choose to make that decision.
Well, then I'll make it for you.
What are you doing?
I assume that your position and your way of life are very dear to you.
Yes, of course.
Well, Sky, we made all that possible. We can just as easily undo it. Which way will it be? Will you hold on to Angelique and destroy Sky Rumson's empire?
Well, There must be some other solution.
There is no other solution. She must be destroyed. With this, there is no other way, and you must do it. This is the severest test we'll ever put you to, Sky. I advise you not to fail
Angelique, I wanted it to work out. I really wanted you to be with me, and I'm sorry you can't. Goodbye, Angelique.
No! Stanley, no!